The movie is Once Upon a Time in the West, directed by Sergio Leone. Now, this review will be a little bit different than my previous ones because this is not a movie that is currently in theaters, but it is a movie that I consider to be a classic. This movie helped to define the spaghetti western genre, and its influence spans even beyond that to directors like George Lucas, Martin Scorsese, and Quentin Tarantino, to name a few. The film follows 4 key characters, all with competing motivations, in the fictional town of Flagstaff, Arizona. There's the rogue stranger with the harmonica, a recently married beautiful woman from New Orleans, an infamous gang leader that tries to uphold some of his morality, and a cold-blooded mercenary. The rogue stranger Harmonica, played by Charles Bronson, is seeking vengeance for reasons unknown, and is willing to do nearly anything for justice. The beautiful woman, Jill McBain, played by Claudia Cardinale, is seeking a life of stability, safety, family, and prosperity. The infamous gang leader Cheyenne, played by Jason Robards, has been accused of a crime he did not commit, and seeks revenge on those who framed him. And last but certainly not least, the cold-blooded gunslinger Frank, played by Henry Fonda, is seeking wealth, but more importantly success as a businessman rather than just as a gun for hire. Each character slowly becomes entangled with the others in one way or another, resulting in unlikely alliances, devastating consequences, and deadly encounters. This film is really a must-watch for any fan of westerns out there, but also for anyone who is just an all-around movie buff. The pacing of this movie is spectacular. It's slow in many ways, but that's intentional, as it makes you more and more tense, with each conflict unfolding in near real time. The opening scene of the movie is one of the best I've ever seen. 3 outlaws waiting around a train station for nearly 10 minutes uninterrupted without a single word. Each outlaw passes the time in different ways as they wait to ambush Harmonica. No music plays, only the sounds of the station can be heard as they wait. Overall, this movie has very little dialogue, instead opting for the visual storytelling, which is arguably more impactful, as it conveys so much without a single word being uttered. Henry Fonda had a standout performance as the villain Frank, which was surprising because up to this point, he had pretty much exclusively played the hero in movies. He actually initially turned the role down because it was so out of his wheelhouse. The music of Ennio Morricone was breathtaking, and it really elevates this movie to make it truly great. It not only deeply accentuates the emotions of the characters, but it also often takes the place of dialogue, saying more with a short melody than could be said with words. One brilliant aspect of the movie for me was having Charles Bronson's character play that same tune on the harmonica nearly every time he appeared on screen. It was a leitmotif that the character himself was playing within the scene, which I thought was just awesome and something I don't think I've seen before. The cinematography was stunning, with plenty of establishing shots to give the viewer a sense of the vastness of the American West, and extreme close-ups to drive tension and showcase the powerful emotions of the characters. A lot of the scenes were composed in unique and interesting ways that also helped to tell the story in lieu of dialogue while continuing to draw you in. Watching this movie, it's very easy to see why so many of Leone's techniques have been adopted by the premier filmmakers today. This movie is long and it is slow, but that only enhances the character arcs and ultimately adds to the resolution of the film. So go watch Once Upon a Time in the West. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, add a comment letting me know what movie you think I should review next, and subscribe to my channel. I'm working to put out a movie review each week, so subscribe to stay tuned. Thanks, y'all.